Alongside Caravaggio, Artemisia Gentileschi is one of the most fascinating figures of 17th century art. Her powerful, riveting paintings achieved the fame and admiration that the big boys enjoyed, like the Carracci and Caravaggio, even though she was a woman in a world that systematically deprived women of access to education, opportunity, or financial autonomy. In the 17th century, women were not allowed to embark on the standard path to learning a painter's craft, which was becoming an apprentice in the workshop of a master painter. Artemisia had a way around that obstacle because her father Orazio was a painter, so she apprenticed to him. She went on to become a more significant painter than her father. She skillfully absorbed the lessons of Caravaggio, creating dramatic compositions that defied classical norms and involved the viewer. She also did something entirely new against remarkable odds. She painted brilliant renditions of major biblical stories in ways that revealed a woman's grit, determination, and view of the world. A prime example is her painting Susanna and the Elders. The story derives from the Hebrew Bible and tells of a young woman named Susanna who was bathing alone when two older men spied on her. When she returned to her village, they threatened her that unless she submitted to having sex with them, they would accuse her of having an adulterous affair, a crime punishable by death. It was common for male painters to make the story an excuse to revel in the naked flesh of Susanna. Tintoretto, for instance, has clearly designed this composition for a male viewer to enjoy the erotic sight of a passive, nude body, which takes up half of the pictorial space. Massimo Stanzioni shines blindingly bright light on the naked body of his Susanna, so the display of her flesh becomes the main point of the composition. If you look closely at her hand and facial expression, it's somewhat ambiguous whether she is pushing the men away or subtly beginning to flirt with them. Even more overtly misogynist is Alessandro Allori's painting, where the viewer is supposed to take pleasure in the sight of a young woman's voluptuous, pliable body being grabbed and devoured by two elderly men. This is a painting that expects its viewer to thrill to the sight of rape, and to believe that the woman, judging from her facial expression, just kind of likes it. Gentileschi brilliantly refutes that misogynist tradition. In her painting, we do not look at Susanna as an erotic object. We identify her as the subject of the story. We see the naked body from the perspective of the person inhabiting it, fighting to preserve her privacy, autonomy, and dignity. Gentileschi knew exactly how to paint the naked body so that its exposure would be an indictment of the two voyeurs, not an objectification of the woman. It's no wonder Gentileschi was such a genius at portraying women as rich in grit, determination, and intelligence. She herself was raped in her teens, and during the trial she was tortured. Torturing women who made accusations of rape was supposed to be a way of determining if they were lying. Gentileschi survived to go on to work for the Duke of Medici and to earn the honor of admission to the Florentine Academy of Design. Like her Judith beheading Holofernes, another biblical female heroine, Gentileschi knew how to grit her teeth and get the job done.